Hippo GSL style games that we have going on. It's our third game, Complexity versus OG. This is the winner game. The winner of this game, in fact, moves on into the first seed. Very important game here. Both of these teams trying to get to the best possible place that they can in the land finals, trying to get to a good position. So we're here in this one-game series where the draft is underway clearly, and it's going to be a good one. My name is Mont. With me is Brax. How you feeling about this NA versus EU matchup, my friend?
Pretty good, Mont. It's a big game. Seeding is very important in these single elimination tournaments.
Yes, it is, for sure. Remaining. I mean, the fact that EG has already gone down into that lower bracket of the GSL style is very interesting. Remaining. Complexity moving on. I think that's probably the biggest storyline of the day is that Complexity was able to beat EG when they switched up their roster. Sumail was on the Axe. I think both teams played pretty well, but Complexity, for them to come back in that game down 10K was pretty damn impressive.
EG was in full control early on, but Complexity with a nice comeback. And now they're here, playing OG.
Yeah, and we will see the Dark Willow ban. Is there a Pangolier in here? It doesn't look like it. Is there?
Oh,
there he is.
Yeah, there he is.
Okay, we might see Pangolier unless OG ban it right here. I would assume, because I saw Moo actually practicing Pangolier.
Everyone practices Pangolier. He's a free win.
Dude, he's not only a free win, but he's fun to play, or so Shannon says. I don't know if that's actually true.
He's really fun
I've seen you play him, too. You've enjoyed him, haven't you?
When he ults, he says, beep, beep, and he rolls out.
It's like the Roadrunner or something? What are we looking at here?
It's pretty good.
He is a weird French Pangolier thing. I don't know.
So at Midas mode, we saw the ensnare, like the net mechanic. Yes. It actually breaks the Rolling Thunder. Is that what his ult's called?
Yeah, I believe it's Rolling Thunder.
Okay, it breaks his ultimate, but there are no ensnares in this pool at all.
There's Tran. Tran can do it.
Okay, that's true. Tran can do it with you.
I don't know, but then you have a Tran on your team.
I don't know. It's not bad. We might see a Tran from OG.
I was trying to make a joke and you completely stopped me. I was like, Tran's bad. It didn't work out. That's okay. We'll move on. Let's just move on.
How is Trance bad? The joke, is there more?
I don't know. Don't ask me.
Not a very good comedian.
I'm not a comedian. All right, leave me alone.
All right.
Please.
I do think we will see the Treant combo or the Treant counter to Pangolier later on. Yeah, I think so.
All right, we'll see. There's the Death Prophet to start things off for OG. Already a good mid hero in terms of getting tower push. What other mid heroes are there against this DP? Because it doesn't look like there's actually that much.
That's true. There's not the biggest mid pool.
You could maybe do like a lone druid mid potentially.
Pugna.
Yeah, Pugna. Necrophos isn't a hero anymore, is it?
There are like no mid heroes in this pool at all.
Is Necrophos like even playable now, or because it's like
he took a big hit to his early game laning phase, but his ultimate is good against DP. It's that burst damage to finish her off, so she can't just heal back up. But at the same time, you're right. You kind of have to secure this hero a lane now.
Yeah, it's gonna be maybe rough. So I like the fact that OG picked the Death Prophet first, then get themselves that mid hero. Don't have to worry about that the rest of the game. Now it's on to probably supports. You have the roaming 4 position Clockwork.
Would you just pick the Treant Protector here?
No, they picked the Clock. Boom. Okay. Called it.
Wow.
I just know. All right.
That's what happens when you get your hand warmers out. You're in a good mood.
You guys can't see it, but I tried opening a hand warmer. Spend like 5 minutes figuring out how to work it.
He's still shaking it. Doesn't know what to do.
I'm talking to Braxton. You can't hear it, but I'm shaking the hand. We'll have a picture. Our photographer is here. It's a great moment. Me shaking this hand warmer right next to Brax. You're having a good time, aren't you, buddy?
If only it was a Harry Potter picture and they could see your dumb face while you shook that thing.
How dare you? So we have 2 minutes left on reserve time for Complexity, and they don't need to pick their mid here because it's not going to get picked up by OG. Can they do Kunkka mid? I know they've played it like as a support.
They can actually, yeah.
I think they play it mostly as a support. I'm not sure. Is it a Z-Freak hero?
It is, yes. But it is definitely possible to play him as a mid hero as well.
So CK is another hero I like. I like the burst potential against the Death Prophet. You pop your Phantasm, you get all your illusions on the DP. She just melts.
Yep, tons of damage for DP. The illusions are also nice at soaking up exorcism damage.
And she doesn't have the most armor in the world either, if I remember correctly.
She explodes to Chaos Knight.
Yeah, so and also it's tough to kill the CK. He's already tanky enough as it is. DP doesn't really deal with him too well, I think, but it's still pretty early. Lockdown's good against the CK. The fact that they have the clockwork with the hookshot and the cogs and all that good stuff.
Yep, they see everything they have to deal with, right? You see CK, Pangolier, at least 2 cores. Kunkka could be a core as well, but I would say it's kind of unlikely.
Yeah, I would say so as well. Monkey King for OG.
Okay.
So they'll have a bit more lockdown, a bit more team fight, pretty much a little bit of everything. And then Oracle. So what we were talking about getting bursted down by the CK, one way to counteract that potentially is the False Promise.
Yep.
Not to mention Fate's Edict against the CK so he can't attack, things of that nature.
Yep, great defensive tools at keeping Death Prophet alive.
Is his Q and Ensnare? Can you use it? No, you can't use it against Rolling Thunder, can you? That would. Nah, I don't think that works. Maybe.
Right, because
he's immune.
Yep, and the other ensnares work because they're physical spells. So
exactly, and that's magical ensnare, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, no, that is correct. If he casts it as he's channeling it,
I think then it would work.
It might not even hit him though. Still.
Well, we're gonna find out the interaction in this game.
We are.
It's gonna happen.
There's also a good chance Pangolier just rolls on Oracle anyways, and he does nothing and dies.
Oracle gets caught on like a staircase and then he dies. He gets rolled on like 4 or 5 times.
He's just gonna get ran at the entire time.
I love this game. Woo! Pangolier, balanced hero. There's a reason why it's not in Captain's mode, I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't work.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But
I wish you went the other way so we could wager on it, so we can bet on it.
You know what? Never mind. I was gonna spoil something future content, but Slacks wouldn't like that.
You can't do well. I don't know. They're on Moonduck 2. They're not gonna tell anybody.
They're not even watching this shit. We can do whatever we want.
That's true. CM is going to be one of the supports for Complexity.
All right, I bet you a 30-minute treadmill run that Oracle cannot ensnare Pangolier.
I'll take that bet.
Oh,
I can't wait.
You're gonna be so fit.
I can't wait for my 30-minute run. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna die. It's gonna be a good old time. But we have Pugna as the last pick. So this is what you were talking about in terms of the mid heroes.
Okay, so yeah, now we see everything. Kunkka, Crystal Maiden support duo, Pugna mid lane. Looks fine. Pugna's pretty good against Monkey King.
They have good push with CK.
Yeah, they do.
It's once you get your Phantasm going, I think it'd be pretty good.
The initiation from OG2 is very. You have to commit super hard, right? Clockwork has to hook in, Death Prophet has to pop the Exorcism, and then you have some pretty decent counter initiation with the Pangolier and Kunkka for when you just group up and start blasting towers with the Pugna. So I like the way Complexity's team fight plays out, and I think it's really difficult for Oracle to play how Oracle normally wants to by sitting in the back safely using all these spells on your Death Prophet, because now all of a sudden you have all these different angles of attack with Pangolier rolling in, Kunkka X marking someone, so you have to set the fight up around there. And then Chaos Knight, of course, can just walk in from the front lines.
I mean, Pangolier just changes the game.
It does for sure.
Completely. It's like one of those types of heroes. It's like having a techies in your game. It's maybe not to the same extent, obviously, but it's something similar. There he is.
All right,
there's the Treant Protector. And you talked about it, and we've seen this counter before. It's one of the ways to deal with Rolling Thunder, which one of the best spells in the game for sure, Rolling Thunder is.
Yep.
And to deal with it, if you can get off a route, whether it's Overgrowth or the Nature's Guise hit, then...
Can you even get the Nature's Guise hit off?
No, because you're probably going to get hit, unless it's at the start of the ults.
Okay, sure.
I'm pretty sure I've seen that happen.
Okay.
So it's very interesting. I mean, it makes it... I like both of these drafts. I think they're very interesting. You have a lot of healing from both Oracle and Treant Protector. That's a bit of a combo that you have.
Snow Globe?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is.
Wow.
It's like water or some... Yeah.
Great stuff.
It's a great cosmetic. Thanks, Valve. So we'll see how this goes. It is the Kyle Kunkka, and it's going to be the Limp Pugna Chessie CK. So I'm very excited to see how this goes. Complexity, obviously, I think the underdogs. I'm pretty sure they played at the Summit, and Complexity lost to OG. It was like 2-1, I think. Or am I thinking of another team?
I have no idea, I'll be honest.
Brax, you're going to make me do this, aren't you?
I am. Bring up Wikipedia.
No. We use Dota Buff for this.
Okay.
Shout outs to Dota Buff. Esports... Where's Summit?
The tree is also another way to keep Death Prophet alive.
That's true.
Living
it's a lot like False Promise. The Living Armor sort of serves the same purpose to a certain extent.
Yep. It's also that AoE lockdown for the Monkey King ultimate, too.
Yeah.
Pretty nice.
So we are going to get into the game. This is our third game, and it's a very important game. Top seeding is at stake here, folks. Who gets the first seed in Group Hippo, the group that we are currently doing? We still have this game plus 2 others afterwards, which means we got a lot of Dota to go. OG did beat Complexity 2-1 in that series in the playoffs of the Summit. So we do have a bit of a rematch here. It was a pretty good series. I remember watching it, a fair bit of it. But Both of these teams trying to get a good seed as we move into this game. And do you have a team that you favor here based on these draft brackets, or is it just more of a you think it's kind of even?
I am. It feels like Complexity still have their play style synced up with this kind of a draft, right? It still kind of screams Complexity. They're gonna run at you, fight you, take your towers, group up, team fight, and make you play their game.
Right.
And I don't feel the exact same way with OG.
Right.
We have the S4 offlane Clockwork. This hero has fallen out of favor in the offlane role for pretty good reason. He doesn't scale too well into the game unless you snowball big time. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, this Clockwork is actually going to be the most interesting thing for me.
Maybe I'm just the biggest Complexity fan in the world.
Yeah, that's a possibility as well.
Yeah.
You are American after all.
Is that how that works?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Americans
Anyway,
hate each other, man.
that's true, actually. That's a good point. Yeah, OG, it's not quite the draft they had earlier where they had like the Keeper of the Light and just kind of split pushing waves and then Resolution farming the jungle. It's a bit different. It's more objective oriented to a certain extent because you have the Death Prophet Exorcism. It'll be very interesting. I'm excited to see where it goes from here, but it is going to be the safe lane Monkey King, it looks like, which is also fairly interesting. The no-tail Monkey King, if you will. I'm excited to see this. Are they going to get 3 for Complexity? It looks like they will. 3 bounty rooms for Complexity, and 2 of them go to Moo. That's a pretty good start for them at this point.
Wow. Finding money everywhere.
Yeah, seriously. They're rich. So how are the lanes being set up? We have 2 in mid right now for OG. They'll probably give Resolution some help like we've seen in the first game. JRX is Nature's guys to up nearby.
Yep, looking for the courier snipe.
Yeah, not coming out yet, obviously. Maybe get a salve or something for Limp. He'll send it out. He doesn't have it queued up or anything. They have no Fortune's End skilled yet, but he might use it in a moment. Just trying to harass Limp and get some extra room for Resolution. But of course, this means that there's going to be better room for Complexity's Chessie, and of course in the top lane as well for Moo. We'll see.
You know, again, OG has set up their lanes pretty decently. There's a lot of support heroes in the mid lane. Limp stepping up pretty far here. He's going to get punched.
Not a very good sign. Nature's guys hit. There's the Fortune's End. Is it enough damage? The Spirit Siphon. Limp's going to get dropped and killed. JRX secures first blood. Already the Treant Protector coming into play, and he immediately TPs to the top lane, securing the first blood. He doesn't need to be there considering Fly is nearby, and Limp even drops a sentry, so it's too little too late. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Torrent will come out, S4 in trouble, the Cogs will go, Chessie has another Chaos Bolt in 3, but he doesn't have mana for it. I don't think he needs it. The body blocks are there from Kyle. They just need 1 or 2 more auto attacks.
Oh,
Maybe
no.
not. They won't dive it. Tier 1 tower is going to do too much, and Kyle and Z-Freak cannot afford to tank the Tier 1 in that bottom lane.
So close. Triple stuns. Can't kill Clock.
Yeah, he's a tanky man, apparently.
Very sad.
Chessie could have maybe given him another Chaos Bolt. He had the Mango to work with it. It's interesting. They might go again, though. It looks like they've spotted him yet again. Kyle has another Torrent, but S4 is too far away from the CK. In the meantime, they're trying to chase Moo down to the top lane. They have Fly rotating in as well.
It's a pretty tough dive with these heroes.
Especially when there's a Swashbuckle for Pangolier.
Yeah, just not going to happen.
Yeah. So, he's okay. 6 last hits. 10 for No-Tail, though. He's going to get a nice Heart Piercer proc onto JRX.
I was going to say the lane setup mode is very good because the Monkey King doesn't need help early on against Pangolier in 1v1. So JRX was just able to sit there mid lane in this on the trees waiting. It took him like a full minute, you know, for the opportunity to come out, but it's worth it. Secures first blood, prevents the courier from coming out too.
And who got the first blood anyways? Was it JRX? Yes. So that's pretty big. Limp is still doing okay though. I mean, 8 last hits, not that bad. He also has the help of the CM Aura now.
Yep.
Which will make things a lot easier. Torrent's going to hit onto Rezo. They're going to get another Nether Blast coming in. Rezo's fine though, and Limp's taking actually a lot of damage. Level 1 Nether Ward. Fortune's End will come through, but he will be able to heal up with the help of some tangos and just regen. He's actually TPing home, interestingly enough. Oh, they're going to exit. Okay, that makes sense. I didn't know Kyle had X. He's level 2 now, so.
Imbalanced.
Yeah, seriously.
Check it out.
He's right back, full HP. Boom. And Moo continues to get jumped on in the top lane. He's going to swashbuckle himself away. Doesn't hit the target, and they get the kill. The Boundless Strike comes out from the Monkey King, doing more than enough damage, and looks like Moo did not do the math there.
Yep, did not do the math indeed.
Frostbite down bottom. S4 going to get caught. Chaos Bolt. They have the Reality Rift ready. They're going to use it, and that was beautifully done from Chessie to pull him back as far as he possibly could have with the Reality Rift. Nicely done from Chessie.
Did you notice a trend here? North American player did not do the math.
He did not do the
European player, mathematician.
Yeah, I mean,
Fantastic.
I don't think North Americans are famous for their math skills.
Definitely not.
Definitely not me. Let me tell you, I've done math on stream a few times. It's just been embarrassing. I'm not going to do it here. It's not good. Nobody's going to want to see that. So CK, not only is he getting kills, but he's getting CS as well. 23 last hits, 8 denies. He's got a Quelling Blade, 740 gold. He is only level 3 at this point, but nobody's really super high in experience other than Limp and Resolution in the mid lane. And we've kind of settled in. Moo is still kind of having a rough time. No-Tail continues to do some serious damage. The Boundless Strike is absolutely crushing him.
Yep, it's a rough lane.
Jingu Mastery up to level 2. Not even skilling up Tree Dance because really he doesn't need it at this point when he's just sitting in lane. And Kyle has to rotate up just to help keep Moo alive at this point.
It's also, you know, Moo has pretty decent farm, but it's one of these lanes where he can't really pressure at all, right? The Monkey King does a ton of damage. Look at Jarex up top, sniping Moo. Nope, he's fine.
Moo stayed for a bit, and I think Jarex thought, okay, I can get this kill. But now in the mid lane Resolution, he's in trouble. No Spirit Siphons means it's going to be tough. The Torrent just going to miss the Nether Blast. One more auto attack. Good stick charge. One more auto attack is needed at least. Z-Freak is so close. He's going to find it. Not in trees deep enough was Resolution, and now Jarex is going to get caught in. He's penned. Now he will get the Nature's Guys off. They need another Nether Blast, and Limp doesn't go for it. The Torrent misses. They almost got themselves 2 kills there for Complexity. Not able to find the second, however.
Yep, very nice rotation. Oh, I can't get over the snow globe. It looks so cool.
It also makes a different noise than it usually does with Fortune's End, I believe, which is kind of weird. But, what we haven't talked about is S4 on the clock. We're level 4 now. He's a level ahead of Moo in the off lane. He only has, what, 10 last hits? Not the worst, but not the best either. Not really getting that much out of this off lane.
You know, S4 is still set up to where he can be able to pressure pretty hard when he gets level 5 and 6. And then OG can use that high-level clockwork to apply some pressure on Chaos Knight. It's a difficult hero for him to stand in front of, especially with other heroes rotating it. And Tree and Protector, Oracle, not exactly the most aggressive heroes, but luckily for them, Clockwork can set it up to start the engagement first. So, it can work.
Do you think No-Tail starts rotating around and being aggressive, or is he fine with just farming in this lane at this
I feel
point?
like he doesn't want to rotate at all when he's playing Monkey King. Like, it's not the, it doesn't complement the style of the hero.
Okay, fair enough. Just get some levels, get some farm, get involved later.
Yep.
It's different than like the off-lane Monkey King that we see from time to time. Although we've seen him just Tree Dance and Primal Spring and just clear out waves, so. But Jarex is going to Nature's Guys. He will spot Moo, gets the good old Hammer Fist plus the Leech Seed, and Moo's going to try to fight him, gets a Heart Piercer proc, but not much more than that. And Moo is getting harassed pretty hard. He's trying to build into Soul Ring. And No-Tail's going to go for the dive. He's got the Boundless Strike ready. There's the jump in from Moo trying to get away. He'll use the shield crash, but one more Boundless Strike plus an auto attack should get the kill. They can't quite get to the shrine, but this is a heavy dive. Torrent will hit onto Jarex. He does have no living armor. Leech Seed's on cooldown for 10. Nature's Guys is back up in 1 second. He's just going to sit next to these 2 trees and be completely fine. In fact, they're going to turn onto Kyle. Nature's Guys hit will use that root, and now Kyle on the run. No-Tail Boundless Strike is down for another few seconds, nor does he have the mana to use it. Torrent will keep himself safe, but OG aggressive in this top lane, finding Moo yet again and bringing him down once more. What else is going on? CK is getting free farm, though, for Complexity. That is the good news for them. They might not be getting the most farm on Moo, but Chessie's having a great time.
You know, it's going to get harder, though. S4 has a bottle, picked up regen rune.
He's almost level 6 as well.
Yep. In the creep wave, he's safe, and while Chessie has ultimate, he's pretty safe, but maybe not. Look at this. Down bottom.
And let's go for the Phantasm. 1 second stun. S4 in trouble trying to run. Battery Assault will go. He's going to bottle up. Don't think he can turn on this. He'll take the illusion down at the very least. One more auto attack away. He's so close, Chessie. He's got the Chaos Bolt. That will secure the kill. Even a 1 second stun will do the job for Chessie. He has to chase. He does actually take a lot of damage, but he has a salve to work with, and he is absolutely fine. Now, top lane, Moo's going to get caught again. Nature's Guys hit. Swashbuckle should come out, and it will, but they have Boundless Strike. Not enough mana. They'll use the Crystal Nova slow No-Tail down. He thought about using it. Not enough damage to bring down Moo, but again, pushes him out of this top lane. In the meantime, Resolution has popped the Exorcism in the mid lane, trying to get some pressure onto the tier 1 tower, but Limp continues to blast the wave down, and Resolution can't really get much done there.
You have 2 big pushing heroes, and neither of them have damage to the tower at all. It's pretty funny to see.
It's actually strange. You just see Resolution pop the Exorcism randomly. I'm sure he did it for a reason. He's actually using it for an Ancient stack now, but his Exorcism is almost done. So he will continue to try to work on that stack later. But it's just really been OG and Complexity kind of just sitting in their lanes. Other than, like, I mean, Jarex has been top a little bit. Fly's sort of been rotating around, but it's just kind of both teams laning at this point.
Yeah, you expect one of these teams to try to make a gank onto the mid lane so they can push down the tower. OG kind of missed that window now with Exorcism down, but it's still available for Complexity. But At the same time, they're also not really in a rush for it. It can happen at any point in the game.
Might take a bit longer. Moo might die again. No, No Tail's just farming. He actually has no
close
mana.
by.
They might try to go into No Tail. This might have been an air. No Tail is in some serious trouble, cannot get onto the trees. There's the shield crash, the Spirit Siphon, and No Tail will give the kill to Limp. It was actually the Life Drain, not the Spirit Siphon. I mixed up my sucking heroes between the two.
Well, they're very confusing.
Yeah, they really are. They're pretty much the same thing.
Right.
So that's a big kill. No Tail getting dropped. He's the top net worth hero on OG. And again, it gives more room for Chessie. He doesn't have to rotate to find that kill. He just sits in the jungle or sits in the lane and farm.
Usually a rotation from Pugna like that would be very costly, right? Exorcism would be popped. Mid-tower would be at like half HP by now. But
he knows it's on cooldown, though. He just saw it used.
Yep,
so
exactly.
I mean, there will be some chip damage from OG, but it's not something that you're too concerned about if you're Limp.
Right, exactly.
You can just go back to the wave, blast it down, and go from there. Moo getting chased down again. Another good swashbuckle, though. Will keep him out of harm's way. Crystal Nova, No Tail, getting run at by Z-Freak. They're looking for a Frostbite. Doesn't have the range for it. And then the Primal Spring comes out from No Tail to get up into the trees, the tree dance, rather. Now a lot of heroes are coming in. Fly invading, so too is Jerax. There's going to be a jump in. No Tail looking for Moo. Can't quite find a boundless strike. Getting lower and lower, and Moo is living a dangerous life. Thought about using his Rolling Thunder. Great hook shot. They're going to get Moo, potentially the shield crash, keeping him alive with the cogs, and the Purifying Flames will secure the kill. And that'll do it. Fly will secure it, and now they'll start putting pressure on the top tier 1 tower.
All right, nicely done. Heavy commitment, though. Bringing a ton of heroes up top, and no real tower damage being dealt at all.
And again, I don't want to keep talking about it all. The meanwhile, Chessie just continues to farm.
Yep.
So still a even game, essentially. The net worth advantage is like 500 for complexity. Pretty much nothing. Although Chessie has his armlet now. Maybe he starts getting involved in fights. He has his level 1 Phantasm. And we'll see where the next movement is. Crystal Nova, they'll see No Tail, but he's going to jump to another tree. Swashbuckle, no way to get him down.
That was close. He ate a tree, but this was the right tree.
Life Drain onto Resolution, getting really low, but he'll be fine. He'll come in Crypt Swarm, maybe use the Spirit Siphon, and he will. Nether Blast plus the Decrypt doing some serious work. Both of these heroes just blasting each other with nukes left and right. This is quite the battle.
Well, they both have drains. What happens when they drain each other?
I think it's a net 0, I'm pretty sure. Unless one is better than the other, which I think Life Drain might be better, actually, considering it's an ultimate. Moo is very far up, and Jerax, he doesn't have any help here, which is the issue. They're going to try to put pressure on the tier 1. They've even rotated the CK, now with his armlet. Yep. Jerax is only level 5, so no overgrowth ready. I like this play, though.
At the same time, though, we have OG making a play mid lane too. S4's in position to land the hook shot, but look at this.
I mean, they know there's nobody top lane. You have to understand, like, complexity are like, okay, well, just stay alive, Limp. You know they're coming for you at this point. They're not defending top tier 1, so maybe they think they're sitting behind No Tail bottom lane.
They don't know for sure, right?
Yeah.
So because of that, he has to play super scared.
So he backs himself up, working on a 4-step for his first big item. Chessie continues to farm top lane. They did exorcism the tier 1 tower mid. If you want, I think Complexity might be able to defend this if they can get there in time. They're already TPing into the tier 2 tower. Is there a glyph? There is not. But there's no creep wave. It's getting low, 165. It's 5 HP to deny. Good torrent coming in, the Rolling Thunder. Ghost Ship's going to fly through as well. Resolution in trouble. The hookshot misses. There's the False Promise coming in, keeping him alive, and the Fate's Edict along with it. And Moo continues to roll right onto Resolution. There's the Chaos Bolt. They get the Boundless Strike off. Resolution still healed up. The Spirit Siphon, the Swashbuckle. How is he still alive? The Ghosts are coming back in. He's surviving forever. He might finally fall, though, as Chessie is looking for this kill. Chaos Bolt, not enough mana for it, and now Chessie has to back away. Are you kidding me? That was insane. The Ghost came back at the perfect time. The False Promise ended, and he was alive. That's unbelievable.
An insane amount of damage. But Monte saved their tower.
I guess, I mean, that's true. It's still not in deny range. They needed 5 more damage, and they could have denied it.
Yep.
Unfortunate.
You know, the thing is, OG can't fight without Exorcism, but it's also their tower pushing tool, right?
Right.
So once they commit that, the whole map is pretty free for Complexity to just run around and look for fights.
And they might do just that. Rolling Thunder is now back up. CK, they did use the Phantasm, which is a big deal. Working on an Echo Saber for Chessie. They're just backing up and farming for now. Z-Freak is trying to deny this tower, but he's a CM with 55 damage.
He's probably going to die for it.
I think so. Almost actually didn't get the deny. They had 1 auto attack from Fly. Yeah, he's definitely dead. He's got a freezing field, but it gets canceled by battery results immediately. I like where your head's at, Z-Free. It was a good attempt.
Trying to take him down with him.
Yeah. So he'll get the deny, though. Good stuff.
Yep, game looks pretty decent for complexity, honestly. I feel like, well, it really depends, like, on this next exorcism, it feels like. Because right now, the game is even, right? But it's starting to get less and less even because complexity is starting to scale into this point where all they really have to do is start taking team fights, forcing down objectives by running down lanes together, and then Pugna can kind of just blast them from a safe distance over and over.
Yeah.
And then it becomes really hard for OG to walk into that.
And it's a good thing to have the Pugna, too, because the living armor is starting to come into play, and they'll continue to heal up the Eastern down mid lane. Meanwhile, Ghost Ship S4 has found himself a kill with Fly helping out. S4 had a double damage rune along with it, plus his phase boots that he just got. And now they're invading the jungle, and all of a sudden, OG are the ones putting on pressure in both the bottom and the mid lane.
Yep, neither jungle is safe.
So complexity have to move into this top lane.
And do you like this this Pangolier build?
The what is it? Soul Ring into
Vanguard.
Vanguard. It's interesting. I like it. I like the fact that he can scale and he can be tanky and it's tough to bring him down. Z-Freak is dead again. They're diving to tier 2 tower. TP will be a little bit too late and, in fact, canceled, which means you can commit to this tower because you now have Exorcism. And this tier 2 will fall. And within the last pretty much 2 minutes, OG have suddenly taken advantage in this game by getting a couple of kills and finding a tier 2 tower out of it. And they might even find a kill on the move, too. There's the problem with Spring coming out. They have the Boundless Trick. He's going to try to roll away. In fact, he makes it in time. Overgrowth wasn't there. JRX decided not to use the ability. I think he got stunned while I was trying to cast it, but can't quite get the kill there. And they can't get the tier 2 tower. I thought they might have committed to that harder, but instead they'll back themselves up. Reality Rift onto S4 in the mid lane, 1 second stun, but he's got living armor. There's the life drain. He's actually alive. Chessie's gotten like the most 1 second stuns. Oh, he's a level 1 cast ball. That's the issue. I guess he could have gotten 2 second stun, but still.
Chaos Knight is truly the only hero where you can just say unlucky all the time.
RNG.
Yep. I guess Ogre as well.
Not as much. Moo survives the top lane, only to fall in the mid lane to the Spirit Siphon. And the living armor goes to work for JRX. And they even Fate's Edict the Siege Group so it doesn't kill the building.
Oh man, it was a 5 HP off the blast. Now they don't have the tower. That is something that we didn't really talk about too much, living armor against the pushing. Obviously, the blast takes it out really quickly, but if you never finish the tower, then it's just going to get healed all the way back up.
Yeah, you got to go in one fell swoop pretty much. It's not like where you usually like playing Pugna. You go up, you blast the tower a few times, and you back up.
You get that chip damage off, and then it's easier to take later on.
Yeah, much more difficult in this game because of the living armor. And it's only, in fact, he maxed it out for JRX too, which is really important. Having level 4 living armor means this is a lot harder. Is he going Meteor Hammer? Is that what I'm looking at here?
He is.
It's like the only hero it's good on, I'm pretty sure. JRX is going to get caught, though, so it's going to be a little while longer before he can get it. We'll use the Overgrowth. Maybe he survives this. He's pretty low, but it's only Kyle at this point. I think another hero is coming in. It's going to be Chessie. He's going to go for the TP. Kyle just gives up. He knows he doesn't have detection. He's like, all right, see ya.
He's gone. And up top, they're looking for no-tails, only the trees trying to find them, but couldn't find them. Battlefield picked up, too.
40-second cooldown. Yep. Pretty good.
That's true.
Pretty good spell. I like the Soul Ring a lot, though. I like having spam. Like, Moo has super spammable spells on Pangolier, so you just continue to use your Soul Ring and spam it. I think it's a good build. The Vanguard, I'm not sure. I guess you are pretty squishy. If you don't get off your shield crash, you kind of just die, right? So.
Yeah, the hero is about staying alive as well. Getting off as many abilities as you can to disrupt these team fights.
All right, here we go. Part 2 for Complexity, trying to take this building down. Living armor continues to go from JRX. Overgrowth is on cooldown. He used it in the bottom lane, but he's going to make you guys hit Chessie. Hook shot coming in. Stun onto 2 from the Boundless Strike, getting out his limp. There's good to the Wukong's command. It's time to leave if you are Complexity. They use the Phantasm. Good Ghost Ship coming out. There's going to be the Life Drain. S4 is going to get caught and killed. Chessie goes back in to both the Exorcism and the Wukong's command. Chessie finds a regen room, which keeps him alive. Can he toggle? He cannot. Resolution chases him down. And Kyle might be next as well. Good X marks coming in to save his own life. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Chessie perhaps getting too aggressive, going back into that engagement, right back into the Wukong's command. Angelier, Moo jumping in, shield crash coming out, Fly getting low to the Crystal Nova. There's the Fortune's End as well. Moo getting dove underneath the tier 2 tower. They have the Exorcism still going, but it's about to end. Moo earned up, ticking down. He might survive. It's close. He's sitting at 28 HP, and it's the Crypt Swarm snipe from Resolution that gets the job done. So close to surviving. Not quite able to do so, though, and it's 3 dead for Complexity. And again, Chessie going back in underneath that Wukong's command. Perhaps a bit too aggressive.
There's just so many things they can't fight into. Once the circle comes out, if they run into it, it's just a complete nightmare.
Yeah.
Their team fight relies on being able to lock down a hero and just finish them, but with the Oracle, it's also extremely difficult.
And that and living armor on top of it as well. And that was without overgrowth too, which is another important team fight aspect that OG didn't have at their disposal that time around.
Yeah. Both team fights kind of rely on locking down that single unit, and then, you know, if they kill him, great. If not, they're probably just going to walk away. Now there's a 4-staff picked up on Pugna, so they can just 4-staff out, whoever gets hooked, reset the team fight that way.
And that's the one thing we were talking about. S4 kind of into the middle to the later stages of this game. How well is he going to scale?
Yep.
And we'll see. It will have a fight going on. Fly, Fate's Edict up. Swashbuckle will come through. He's at the shrine along with it. They can't find this kill. You know, Oracle pretty squishy, but when you have Fate's Edict, when you have False Promise, tough to bring him down. But Complexity do contest the Ancients. I'm not sure how many Ancients they actually got out of this, but they at least got 1 or 2 out of them. Here we go. Torrent comes in. Reality Rift. False Promise not available. Boundless Strike. Wukong's command. No Tail cancels it. He realizes once the Oracle is dead, there's no reason to fight. It's a killing spree taken down, and finally we'll get this tier 1 tower. At least you would assume they will. But in the meantime, the bottom lane is being pushed by S4. He's going to stay there for now. They'll take the tier 1 tower in the meantime for Complexity. Will they head to Roche? Will they head into a different direction? It looks like they're just going to go top and kind of just take farm here for Complexity.
Yep. Are we closing on any close items here? We have a bit of gold on Pugna and CK, but not really enough. I guess Pangler has his Javelin. Big power spike.
Yeah. It's kind of insane where, like, literally one component of an item makes the hero just amazing.
Yep. We have a Blade Mill picked up on S4's Clockwork, and Jerex's tree almost has Meteor Hammer. You know, it's really nice for setting up ganks on the side lanes. The tree is really good at just sitting on the side lanes waiting for a hero to come out, push, and setting up the gank that way.
Yeah, you jump in Nature's Guy's head or Overgrowth available, you pop the Meteor Hammer.
Yep.
And they're just going to die with +1 there. Like No Tail, who can move around the map very quickly. By the way, we haven't talked about, but he's actually going Scotty along with the Battle Fury that he already has. And they're going to Exorcism and take Roche along with all that stuff.
Resolution is a KP as well, 10 seconds.
And that's huge. Very defensively sound in terms of having False Promise, BKB, Dual Scepter.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that considering he has the Oracle to help him reset the team fights, but at the same time, as long as you stay alive on this hero, you're going to destroy team fights. So.
Yeah, and maybe he doesn't want to rely solely on the Oracle in that regard.
Yeah. Maybe,
you know, Fly dies.
There are also things that can go wrong, right? Oracle can get gone on, they can catch him out there. Maybe Oracle can't get his spells
Where's
off.
the dust? There it is. They found Jirax. He will Overgrowth. I don't think he's surviving. They know where he is. They're going to try to chase him down. It is nighttime. It makes it a little bit harder than maybe it should be, but Limp will still secure a kill. Maybe not the target they wanted with that smoke gank, but it's something.
Yep. It's still good to kill tree on your side of the map like that because now you know you can move out to these lanes without being detected. Because usually he'll scout you out or be able to place deep wards that just keep track of you, and then you can play accordingly.
And we saw that from OG in the first game of the day. They had a lot of map control in terms of vision.
Yep.
And getting tower pressure and pressure onto these waves. So the fact that Complexity are doing kind of a good job keeping the wards on the other side of the map is very important. But it's still, what's the net worth lead looking like here? It's only about a 3K lead for OG at 22 minutes. It's not the most significant lead in the world. It is a lead, but we're going to have a couple of these big items coming out for Complexity pretty soon, including this Aghanim Scepter for Pugna is going to be a big item, and a Blink Dagger for Chessie that he just purchases and is going to ferry out on the courier.
Well, that's a pretty good item for finding Oracle in the back lines. You can just blink on top of them. You can Phantasm first, and then blink in Reality Rift, whichever target you want.
Pretty much he just gets one shot if you're the Oracle.
Exactly. Gets one shot, then walks away and resets. There's a 4-staff to help him do that too. Yeah. And then he can just go again once his next Reality Rift's up.
Now remember, there is, they did just take the Aegis.
Yeah.
For OG.
It's true.
And they still have it on No Tail, who's trying to get a Scotty. So, I don't know what Complexity want to do in these next few minutes while the Aegis is still up. They might lose Moo in the top lane. Hookshot, good swashbuckle. They'll try to chase him down. And they actually can't kill him. He has Rolling Thunder as well. Good effort from OG.
That's so sad, isn't it? He just scoots on out of there. It looks so funny.
Just see ya. Every time. Swashbuckle is a pretty good ability, man, let me tell you.
Yep.
And not only that, he hits them in the process of leaving. Add insult to injury. No console enable. I feel you, Limp. That's a big issue.
That is.
You gotta restart his game, give him the good old set launch options, dash console, and then go from there.
Yep.
I wonder what he's gonna set. I think it's his binds is what he said, right? Yeah, that's fine. So we are at 23 minutes into this game, and OG, they've kind of been picking up steam here in the past few minutes. They have a lot of good team fight especially. But remember what we talked about. Chessie can easily blow up some of these heroes, and Complexity can easily take some of these fights.
Definitely. And they will see this Blink Dagger because of this Observer Ward up by the Ancients, unfortunately, so it's not going to be a surprise. But still, it makes these team fights much more difficult for heroes like... I guess it's pretty much just Oracle, since Treant's in is half the time anyways. And he does have the Meteor Hammer picked up.
Yeah.
Is this the game changer mod? Is this what breaks the game
I'm
open?
sure this is the best item that we've seen all game.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Love me some Meteor Hammer. I want to see it work. I really do. I remember we were getting so hyped. We were like theory crafting it the first time it came out at like Dota Pin, just talking about what about Void Meteor Hammer? I'm sure it would be amazing. He's gonna use it. Who's gonna get caught? There's the stun coming out with the boundless strike. Oh, okay, I don't think that was the Meteor Hammer. I'm pretty sure he's just dead anyway.
Mod, that kill wasn't possible without the Meteor.
Yeah, you're right. And they find a hookshot onto Moore. Z-Freak's a little bit too far up. He's gonna force himself out. He actually has a 4-step on the CM somehow. There's the Primal Spring, however, and Z-Freak is still dead one way or the other. A double kill for No-Tail. They will have found the backline fly, but Resolution has popped the Exorcism. Not only that, but he has his BKB at the ready. JRX is TPing in, and Chessie is caught between a rock and a hard place. They have the Nature Guys hit Resolution. He's going to pop the BKB, and Chessie cannot do anything. Just getting run at. Spirit Siphon and Exorcism doing too much damage. It's going to be 3 dead for Complexity. They did lose No-Tail, but that's just the Aegis on the back lines. He will jump further looking for Kyle. He's going to X-Marks, but No-Tail is going to work. One more auto attack will do the job. A killing spree for No-Tail after just securing a double. He gets a 3rd. And that will be a big fight win for OG.
I feel like it's starting to spiral out of control. Death Prophet is pretty close to Shiva's guard now. And let's install team fights without Oracle getting any spells off too.
Yeah.
They didn't have Aegis on Monkey King, so it would have been a bit better, but at the same time, Death Prophet's just sitting in the team fight. Full HP, completely unchecked.
Uh-oh. Who's hookshotted, dead again. S4. We haven't talked about him that much, but he's making the plays with these hookshots in this game.
Global Elite and CSGO mod translate to hookshots, obviously.
I mean, not only that, in every game, PUBG is one of the top players. I've played with him. He's pretty damn good.
He's a madman.
Yeah, he's zoning in this game, too. And we talked about Clockwork moving into the mid to late game. He is making it look solid at this point. The off-lane Clockwork potentially coming back, at least for OG. We'll see if he can't get some more good hook shots and cogs coming out. But again, like you're talking about OG, they've taken control of this game. 7,500 net worth advantage now for this Dire team.
It happened really quickly, too.
Seemingly out of nowhere.
It's that Meteor Hammer mod, the game changed.
It's the game. Like how much damage this does to the tower. Plus the siege creep. Oof.
Oh my god. Is this even balanced?
I don't think so. Boundless Strike, Z-Freak's going to get caught in the Wukong's command. They have to leave. They do force him out, so the Wukong's command, kind of a miss there. But we'll see if they want to go any further for OG. They might just back away. Yeah, No-Tail's TPing out. He's going to deal with the bottom tier 1 tower. In Complexity, they have to go back to pretty much... they got to go back to the beginning, figure out what they need to do to get back into this game. Because it's not easy, Brax, let me tell you.
No, it's not easy at all. When does their team fight kick on? When does it turn on and, come online? Never.
Theoretically, when you have something like this happen, when Chessie gets in and finds himself a stun, a 4-second stun, they find a kill. They need, like, it's the pickoff potential is good for them, but it feels like unless Moo gets some good Rolling Thunder hits, it's problematic. And honestly, he hasn't used that ability in a long time.
Yeah, they're kind of struggling to find the fights. It feels like this happens a lot when OG plays the map well. You just can't find the team fights that you want. Right, you have the Stream Protector running around, scouting everything out. Monkey King's also super hard to get onto when he's just hopping between trees. He like one-shots the waves anyway, so you have like a very tiny window to be able to pick him up.
He's very slippery.
Yeah, he's extremely slippery. And at the same time, you don't want to spend all your time trying to hunt these heroes when you're playing with the hero. Like, you want to be pressuring these towers, chipping away at them over and over, but then if you're just chipping, you have the Tree and Protector to deal with, so you feel like you have to commit. And it's just not the game you want. It's so difficult to get things done.
It feels like this draft really came together for OG. For a captain's draft especially, it feels pretty strong and surprising how well it's gone for OG in this particular game. At least here in this like 27-minute mark, but we'll see. Complexity, they came back from a 10K deficit against Evil Geniuses in a very close game and a very exciting game. It's going to be a lot harder this time around. They don't have that same sort of team fight they had. They don't have that wombo combo potential as much anyway.
No Earthshaker. But you know what? They're almost at 10K. That's their magic comeback number.
Yeah,
right?
that number. This is like exactly when they came back. They found a fight. They found 2 kills. They found Roche.
They're almost in their comfort zone.
And in fact, Roche will be up potentially in 1 minute and 3 seconds. So who knows? Maybe they find 2 kills and they head into Roche and just take a big Aegis and cheese.
Well, this might be it, man. It's the 10K mark.
We'll see.
I guess when CK picks up his BKB too, then things might change in team fights. He can ignore Clockwork, but it's not even Clockwork that's causing him issues. It feels like he just can't really get on these heroes he wants to kill.
If he, like, Resolution just mans up on him and he just runs everyone with Exorcism.
And there's also the Scotty from Monkey King too to help slow him down. It's not easy at all.
Not to mention a Sheev's Guard, very good against illusion-based heroes for OG.
Yep.
So
they might be able to catch. No, just kidding. He's hopping. He's gone.
Just kidding. Oh, maybe not. Universe needs, or excuse me, Chessie needs to go in.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Not
attack.
now. It's just.
Oh, your mother's calling.
My mom was calling me, guys. Sorry.
Was she actually?
She was actually calling me. I'm not even kidding.
That's great.
Sorry, Mom. I'll call you later.
You don't call enough, Maudie.
Tier 2 tower is going to be taking down my no-tail. They have taken all of the outer towers now. Roche is up in 1 minute and 45 seconds. Kyle has been spotted. He's about to die. Boundless
Quite a
strike.
dangerous game.
Yeah, he's dead. No dangerous game about this. It's a dead team. Maybe? Hello?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Hook shot elsewhere. They found Chessie. This is a more important kill. Forget about Kyle.
Big kill, yeah.
He's just dead. Shiva's Guard, Nature's Guy, or rather Nature's Guy's hit, S4's Battery Assault. My God. They made Chessie look completely squishy. That's a CK.
Yeah.
Oh, no tail. He just stunned earlier. It's a canceled TP and yet another kill. In the meantime, Limp has to force himself away. He's getting run down by S4. Hookshot's back in 30. Silence coming in. Moo, Rolling Thunder, looking for resolution. If they get this kill, it would be huge. And Moo he's in the Thunderdome at this point. For resolution, he has to pop his BKB, but not so for anymore now that he's just running at him with Exorcism. And they're going to head to this tier 3 tower and continue to push in. And Complexity are staring down the barrel of a loss here in this one-game series against OG. It is looking rough at this point with Wukong's command about to come out to zone him.
Yep. 25 seconds, no
S4, I think, just forced Limp forward, and then Limp forced himself away. That was pretty high. And they'll take the axe.
Alright, that's that. What can they do?
I don't know.
10K wasn't their magic number. Maybe it's 20K. They're approaching that mark pretty soon.
15K? Who knows?
15K is not enough.
No. Okay, I see. It's got to be
They
an
won't
even
get
number.
enough. They won't be able to cash out on the gold bounties enough at 15K to come back in.
All right, so we got another 5K, huh?
Yep.
Well, we'll see. 31 minutes. They have lost their melee racks. Remember, it was the melee racks. They lost the melee racks. That's when they got back into the game.
Oh, you're right. It's
So
gone.
this is their comfort zone.
Okay,
right here.
That is fair. 15K is the magic number.
And they're heading into Roche.
There we go.
There's no exorcism for OG. It's down for 77 seconds, although they are heading over to the pit at this point. S4 has his hookshot at the ready. Get ready for this. He's going to flare in.
much damage,
Watch this
too.
hookshot. They're going to smoke first. He's going to come in from the side. There was a ward that might have spotted OG's movements. Complexity will leave. They don't have enough damage to take Roche down.
Yep. Monkey King has the Manta style too to check.
S4 is about to just go ham.
Yep, he's in position.
Or not. I'm not sure. I thought he would.
Keep your eyes on him. Stay in position.
He's going like the opposite direction.
He's
Where's
not
he
sure
going?
where they are.
Do it with flair.
Just flare again. He just used it. Oh, they're in. Wukong's command. Move. In trouble. He doesn't throw Thunder off. He's going to jump to the high ground. Good ghost ship coming in so far. They've gotten fly out of this. Moo will get low and he'll get dropped down. Chess is in the back lines looking for Jerax. Trying to get this kill. He finds himself a double now. No-Tail coming in. They want this kill. Chessie's in some trouble though. Silence up and Resolution's man fighting him. No-Tail is just pushing them all back. A double kill for Rezo. Looking for more. Kyle will be next. S4 gets himself a double kill. 4 dead. It's going to be all 5. And that will be Roche. A gem drop down and massacred. that complexity is on the receiving end of. And that should at least get them Aegis and Cheese and potentially another set of racks.
There's just no way for them to fight. Their team fight does not feel strong enough at all.
Radiant's top
CK,
tower
sure,
is
he has
under attack.
BKB, but he got it after the team fight, right? Or did he have it in the... He didn't get it off, that's all.
Yeah, I don't think he got it off.
Either way, it feels like it would not make a difference at all. Just can't really kill this death pop with a million armor. She was guard as well.
Yeah, he has to focus down the supports instead. And yeah, you get both of the supports, but S4's in the meantime on the back lines with a hook shot. I mean,
Yep.
there's just not much they can do. Even with a good ghost ship, even with all that abilities command, even with a good move, rolling thunder, it's not going to be enough. And they will take down not only this Rax mid, but they're going to head for the top Rax, and they're even going to try to get Megas. Exorcism is back up, ready to go, and they will pop it here. And this is looking to be Megas and potentially GG if you're Complexity. They pretty much got one last fight in them here. We'll see if they can get something going now that OG is also en route with all 5 of their heroes. In fact, they're pretty much at the well. Resolution is close to the fountain, but
Bit of fountain game here.
yeah, he's going to get forced away. They're going to have the Rolling Thunder. I hear it going, but it's not actually going to use. Now will be Boo on the other side getting hook shot, and he's going to get caught and eventually killed. Swashbuckle coming out, taking a lot of damage. And Chetsy's just dead, though.
Just can't fight the monkeys.
S4 pop the blade now, and
Oh.
no tail solo. He has Aegis. Even if he dies, it's not a big deal. No Chessy for 69 seconds. Moo's going to be next. He will try to swashbuckle and get forced away. Double kill for Resolution. Kyle and Limp getting chased down, and that is it. GG is called, and OG will be your top seed from Group Hippo.
Wow. Top seed Group Hippo?
They looked pretty dominant in both of the games they played today, I would
But
say.
I don't want to brag, but Group Hippo, it's the real deal.
It's the real deal.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know
Only the
about
best
Group
teams
Horse.
battle for Group Hippo.
Those casters, those loser casters over at Group Horse, they got the
I don't even know. Suns? What? Suns banned?
Suns Band, that's it.
All right.
That might be correct.
What a stupid
Toronto
name.
Pact, perhaps.
Ugh. Disgusting people.
Yeah. So really good stuff from OG. 28-11, 34-minute victory. Pretty quick game, all things considered. Good laning phase from OG. Just generally good everything, I would say.
I think Jax, his ward placement and just where he was on the map, even though he died a couple times. When you play against a lineup that has Pugna screams, we're going to group up and go from tower to tower and take all these objectives. But you have this Treant that runs around, puts all these deep wards, that scouts all these heroes coming out before that even becomes a possibility.
Yeah.
It lets you position your heroes in the right places where you can avoid that, or at least discourage Complexity from wanting to group up, because it'll be much less efficient for them to just run down a lane like that. So
It's a lot of map control from OG, essentially.
yeah, it's a good approach to the pushing. Like, people used to play Bounty Hunter against that a lot, because just to set up, even though he's not a good hero at dealing with a 5-man push, it's just that he gives you this information that you can use to set up pickups or pickoffs on the side lanes and just play from there.
So often comes down to the vision game, and OG have done it beautifully here in 2. And they will move on to the LAN finals with the top seed of Group Hippo. We still have plenty of games to decide the next seeds for Group Hippo. Of course,